sip wine, wine, wine. Kick my feet up when I get time. And as I recline, take another sip, let my thoughts unwind, wine. Sipping and spilling it. Sipping and spilling the tea. Sipping and spilling it.
What is poppin', everyone?
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
Niggas is doing nigga. And every time I say that, you always ask me what that mean. And every single time I have a different definition. So whatever it means to be a nigga today, go out and do it, y'all.
Okay.
That's what the fuck it means. So how
like
you feeling?
That. I'm feeling good. I had a wonderful, actually, we're about to talk about it right now. It's my motherfucking story time. I had a wonderful birthday party. Thank you for everyone who came out and celebrated me. Thank you for coming. I had a great time. It was a lot of ass shaking, a lot of drinking, a lot of just, you know, it was just a good
It was a lot of niggadom. We can call it niggadom.
Niggadom? Yeah. It was good vibes. Good vibes only. And I had a really good time. And I really liked the way I celebrated it. And
I like how we celebrated it too. Because I feel like when we keep saying when we're turning 30, like when we're in our 30 era, like popping bottles, going to the club, doing things like that, it no longer excites you. Like if I'm not out of the country for my birthday, you're not going to see me in the city. I'm just going to probably mourning the fact that I couldn't leave the States this time around.
Definitely mourning the fact that I couldn't leave the States is a big thing.
Because I don't understand where you're bringing into a new era doing the same shit. So I can appreciate it. And she looked amazing. She looked like one of those bitches that like kill their husband and just go downstairs and like gets a glass of wine. The vibes were great.
It was snapped.
It was like, nah, I'm giving snap. It was pink theme. It was giving Barbie. It was giving, she did her big one. I think you did a great fucking job. I don't know if I told you enough yesterday, but because I know you was stressed out in the beginning. So I was like, my compliments probably went over her head. So I said, I'm gonna give you your flowers again, bitch.
Thank you.
So yeah, it looked great. I always have fun me and Sammy always have like our friends, but we have birthday friends. So it's like when we do like a crossover episode where we only see birthday friends on birthdays, because like you only see like Honey, and everyone else, even though you know they're my friends, you only see them on the birthday. Same like with Melissa and like Natalie and all your friends. Yeah. Like even though I know you're friends, I don't see them unless it's your birthday.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like every time I go, it's just like, oh, it's home.
Yeah.
Like,
it's always a good vibe. Because it's not the first birthday or the second birthday. It won't be the last. It'll be many more birthdays.
Yes.
Just like these with my homegirls having a good time shaking our ass as we evolve in life.
Yes, we do evolve in life.
You know what else is evolving?
What is evolving? Do a drink?
Yeah.
Because I thought she was going to skip it.
No.
All right, let's start it. So I know we said it episode 1. We said it episode 2. We're going to say it episode 3. We're going to say it until y'all remember.
I think this is the last episode I got to say it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we doing do a drink, y'all. Because you know we used to take the shots after. Now I'll take the shots on. And now we're going to mix up the cards, a little
Did you even do any mixing of the cards?
I did. I did a little
You just, I don't think you mixed.
Girl, please. Mind your business.
Okay.
Now, grab one.
You grab one.
I gotta go first?
You go first.
Okay. On the count of 3, everyone points to the player they think is most likely to spend their morning on something dumb.
Their morning?
Their money.
Okay.
Their money on something dumb.
You still think about morning year 20s or some shit? Morning not coming out of the States?
Someone to spend their money on something dumb. The player with the most votes must drink. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Why? Because we all know what I'm gonna say. I go off of vibes. So if it feels right, I'm gonna buy it. Okay, and then I might regret it later.
Okay, period. Okay. My turn.
Ooh, that don't hit the same.
It don't hit the same?
No.
Okay, this says, drink if you have an iPhone.
You're fucking sick. On the count of 3, everyone points to the player they think would be the best in bed. The player with the most votes is gonna drink. 3, 2, 1. Fuck it. Bitch,
this is exactly how I knew it was gonna come out, because who gonna say we bad in bed? Which one of us gonna say no? I knew we were both gonna drink to this.
Bitch, I hate you. This was not how it was supposed to go. It was supposed to be one of us drink a majority of the other. Whew. Get another one. Because we're supposed to do 3. You want me to do 4 cards? What the fuck is wrong with you? Shit.
Woo. On the count of 3, everyone point to the player that think they had had sex in the most interesting spots. The player with the most votes must confess their sex spots and drink. 3, 2, 1.
You're sick. So the only reason why she has a premise of understanding of why she could pick that card is because yesterday we had a game similar to this. And this is what it was. It said, have you ever had sex in public? And they said, where? And I said, I have sex in public all the fucking time. I said, because I get a thrill out of doing public sex. I want to get caught. Haven't got caught yet.
You want to go to jail, bitch?
I don't know. I've had sex on my balcony. I've had sex at the club. I've had sex at crew. I've had sex.
Oh, we're going to cut that out.
No, it is what it is. I am who I am.
Okay.
I had sex. I had sex in my car. So I have a lot of public sex because I like the excitement. It's more exciting, like in public.
Okay.
You don't feel that way?
I've had public sex before.
It's not exciting to you? It gave me like a rush.
I mean, it was cool. I don't think I'll do it again, but it was, whatever. I think I did it in the club once and outside once.
I've never done it outside.
Yeah. But not like outside. We were outside, but we were like in between the doors outside.
That's still pretty much outside.
It was outside, yeah, but we were covering ourselves with doors. But we were definitely outside.
Okay, let's get into our icks of the week. What is your ick of the week?
My ick of the week is men complimenting my body.
Okay.
I just don't like it. Whenever it's just unsolicited all the time. Like, for example, it was just one of me dancing in my pajamas and a guy was like, oh, shout out to your trainer, your booty's looking nice and hot for 2024. And I'm like, a happy birthday would have sufficed. Everyone's telling me happy birthday. You telling me about my booty and my shout out to my trainer. Like, okay, well, why don't you pay my trainer then? Why would you do that? But yeah.
You've been your trainer, so he should actually give you the money.
I have been my trainer for the last 3 months.
You have?
2 months. I've been my own trainer. Mwah, shout out to me. But yeah, just unsolicited compliments. At the same time, I feel like any man that's not my man complimenting me just gives me the ick. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respectfully. So my ick of the week is niggas that do TikTok dances. I know it sounds so contradictory because I'm like, oh yeah, girls can do it, but guys can't. Guys can't. Something about a guy doing a TikTok trend really just makes my pussy so fucking dry. And maybe I just think it's because I'm like, we're relating all of that to like, that gorilla nigga, the big ass. I'm like,
he was very cringy with
he
his
is because you too big to be moving like that. It just was like
he just had the biggest, craziest smile on his face. I'm just like, you know what? Do anything for clout. If this what makes you money, I guess.
Yeah.
Half the world does hate you, but if it makes you money, I get it. Whatever. But
how the whole world hates you is actually insane.
It's true. Like there's not one person that I know personally.
But what's wrong with us
nigga.
for being mad at someone else's happiness? Because that nigga be happy as hell.
Happy as hell.
Is that a problem of us?
I feel like we should just shut the fuck up and mind our business.
We should shut the fuck up.
He's making money and he's doing what he got to do. So, but he's just being cringy as hell. Like I said, doing it for clout. So it is what it is. Shout out to you. He African too. So another big shout out.
A big shout out to African men.
All right. The girls are back at it again with another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill. We create conversations. Oh wow.
Sipping wine.
I go by the name of Thug motherfucking 45-year-old Sammy.
And I'm ambitious, fine ass Teray.
I'm dragging this 45-year-old thing out because
you
he
are,
messaged
girl.
me last week and he was like, I was just kidding, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'm going to keep saying it because I'm 45.
Bitch, now she's trying to use clout for this. This man called her 45 once. She's not going to let go of it. Do I look 45 to you?
Okay.
It's giving every much of, what is it, Tia Kemp? Because that bitch look every bit of her fucking age.
She do, but she don't look bad. But she
don't look bad, but she definitely look 47.
Yeah.
Because y'all know when there was a rumor going around that she was 37, I said that bitch look old as hell. Yeah. And I was like, why this bitch she felt like her energy feels soulful.
It is. Her, I mean, isn't she Rick Ross' first baby mama? So they're be around the same age. Rick Ross is like damn near 50.
Is he really?
Yeah. Rick Ross is old.
What is wrong with these 50-year-old men?
They still want young bitches.
And you know what's so funny? Me and Sammy had this conversation about someone that I used to know. We're not going to drop but he did something that was very much un-brand for him. And she said, why you wait all the way until 40 to cheat? She said, how you been a good man your entire life? You wait until you 40. And I felt that because I'm just
does that?
Like, when are you gonna grow up?
When are you gonna grow up? How you not cheat your whole life and when you gonna cheat in your 40s? That is crazy. That means you never know a nigga. Niggas ain't gonna change. Damn, that sucks.
Imagine being with a nigga that you think is mature. No, he cheat too.
No, he cheat too. And you the first bitch he cheated with.
That makes it even worse.
I will cry.
Child.
What is it about me that you thought I would want to cheat with? What is it about me?
But I mean, I told you the backstory. So, you know, he felt like he was within his, but you know what? That's nor here nor there. That's not my problem.
All right. Let's get into some wine facts.
Let's get into some wine facts and get into some motherfucking tea time.
Well, first, let's finish our tequila first. Come on. Let's take
Or maybe I want the Pinot.
Let's just take one more shot.
Girl, leave me the fuck alone.
You know, I'm still turned for my birthday.
You know what?
Get
Samantha's
it
actually a
sexy.
fucking tyrant because
Get it
the way,
sexy.
man, y'all, and the thing is, I'm surprised I wasn't on my ass, but I'm so glad I left when I left because it was getting around the time of the night where people would start asking about what's the part 2. And I know I purposely brought only the outfit I was wearing because I said,
I had no intentions of a part 2. I knew I was going to get fucked up there. I actually brought clothes to sleep in because I thought it was for the night. That's how fucked up I plan on getting.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't care for an after hours because I already knew on Wednesday I'm going to be in a different country. So
Shaking
why
your
do the
ass,
most?
doing what you need to do.
Do what I need to do.
Let's get into some motherfucking wine facts. So today we are doing the Menage a Trois. So I don't know if y'all know, if y'all been following us for some seasons, we actually started drinking shit like this.
Yeah.
We were drinking this, we were drinking Stella, we were drinking all of the cheap wines.
Because we couldn't afford it.
We couldn't afford it. We was just acting like we can afford it. So I'm glad now we can appreciate shit like this, knowing that we really just getting it just to fucking get it.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Now we're here. Okay, so this is the Pinot Noir. This is a 2022. It has a crisp, elegant, and zesty flavor. It's called Limelight. And what I always liked about Menage a Trois is like they always have this like fancy ass shit they get saying about they fucking bottles. Like they've had like, what was it? Luscious. They had really fancy
They have
names.
a lot of different
They do.
ones.
And it says, shine the spotlight on a refreshing citrus flavor with Menage a Trois Limelight. This dazzling California Pinot Noir shines bright with zesty key lime, mouth-watering green apple flavors. This is the first time we've... please, Samantha. And hints of crisp found worthy of standing ovation. Now, it sounds like they doing a lot.
Okay.
But
I was with you to the
I'm
standing
going to
ovation.
appreciate it because it has 13.5% alcohol percentage. So, get into it.
Okay, period.
We've been on twisties a lot lately. Have we been off our shit?
We're back to a white girl. I had a white girl last week. We have a white girl this
But I
week.
felt like I just wanted to counterbalance the fact that we drank a lot yesterday, that I didn't want to get a red wine.
Yeah, we didn't really drink a lot yesterday. We had
Bitch, what do you mean we didn't drink a lot yesterday?
we did drink a lot yesterday.
We drank like at least 3 bottles.
We had a good time.
And I know y'all don't want to hear about how fucked up I was on Friday. And I just feel like, at what age do we stop glorifying the fact that we was fucked up that night before?
I mean, shit.
I was so fucked up on Friday, I was walking into walls.
In public?
Yes. Aaron was, and you know I was with Aaron. That's my bougie friend. That nigga was like, bitch, you done embarrassing me. He dropped me. He dropped me off at his house, and that nigga did not come back home until 7 o'clock in the morning.
I love it. I love Aaron's story. Shout out to Aaron. I live for your stories. I'm
That's
glad
what
to
he
be
said.
gang.
He said, Thug Mrs. be my biggest fucking fan. I need to catch up. I said, I get it, but she don't understand. It's hard to catch up with a nigga like that because drinking with him, you gonna die, okay?
Yeah, shout out. He's
So cheers to another messy ass episode and some messy ass friends.
Oh. Not Thug Misses. That's what
I
you
like,
call me.
yeah, you do.
Thug Misses.
I like this.
It's sweet.
I
I'm
really
surprised you like it.
I like it because it has like a sour aftertone.
It does have a sour
because of the
aftertaste.
green apple.
I like this
Y'all
wine.
are onto something.
Y'all did your thing with this
the
one.
big one.
Menage a Trois don't usually hit. I mean, don't usually miss. So
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Actually, I can finish this wine.
I can, yeah, because we didn't finish last week. And we be leaving it here like it's a gift to them. Them niggas be like, fuck these bitches. Take this dusty ass bottle with y'all.
Well, it'll be a gift to somebody else.
We should gift it to somebody else. We should have gave it to that bitch last week.
Oh yeah,
She wouldn't have been mad.
She would have needed that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into some motherfucking tea time.
Tea time.
Okay, our girl Holly, you know, shout out to her. I think she's so adorable and
Yeah,
she's
she
so
is.
cute. But I mean, she's a grown-ass woman. I think she's so beautiful
Yeah.
and so sweet. And I know for the longest time, I was not very supportive of her relationship with DDG. And I really didn't know much about him. It did come from an ignorant place, I would say that. But from what I've seen and the little things I did see about him, it seemed like he was always embarrassing her a little bit. Little, you know, the song that he made about, you know, her and whenever she was kissing some guy it was her Little Mermaid movie. He's talking about how she was kissing some guy. I don't know. It was just some little things he said that kind of come off like a
Are you
weird.
sure it's something that he said that we took wrong, or is it something that you think was editing? Because we always
No, it
talk
came
about
from his tweet, from his Twitter. So it's something he said.
Oh, he said personally.
He said it personally. It was a song lyric?
shit.
Okay, yeah. It was just some hater shit. But it just came
I
off
just
as,
wish we were more hip to shit like that. We should be saying shit ignorantly and we just be like,
well, DDGs, they're young. So
they
it's
are.
like,
So why would we?
he's
Why would
more
we
of
know?
a Twitcher. He's more of like has a
streamer?
younger fan base. You know? He does YouTube. So it's like, I don't really pay attention to him until he started dating Holly. But you know what?
Hallie.
Hallie. I'm sorry, girl. Hallie. But you know what? All that is going to change because shout out to him. He did this little cute thing for her. She got nominated for like a couple of double NSCP awards and a Oscar or a Grammy. I think it was a Grammy. It was a Grammy. Huh? Oscar. Okay. And she didn't win anything, and he was really upset because, of course, him being her future husband, I hope, he felt like she should have won, and I think she should have won something too. So he made this award show for her, and like all the nominees were her name, and he just gave her all these awards. And shout out to knowing your partner's love language, shout out to understanding your partner and giving your partner what they need at the moment, and being so selfless and such a joy to do it that you do in front of everyone for us to see. And it also shows other young men like it's okay to love on
your girl
out loud and be nice to them. So shout out to him for that. And do you have anything you want to add to that?
No, I think it's very beautiful because it's like you just said, I can touch on it and just brush over it, but it's just like we always thought that she was ruining her life by being with this man. Like, and Samantha said it earlier. She said, I feel like any bitch that has a kid with a man is going to ruin her life.
I do. Yeah.
So even with feeling that, I just love that. Yes, loving your partner out loud is very important. And like you said, loving them right. Because I just feel like that was so beautiful. Because I'm just like helping combat postpartum with all that's going on with the media, everything that's going on with like life and what it is. It's like to have a man just be like, I'm rewarding you for being this and being that and be that. Honestly, it just all goes back to give people their fucking flowers. Just earlier when I was giving Samantha the flowers, keep reminding people why the fuck you love them. Aww. Because sometimes people are gonna forget because life happens. And a constant reminder of like, bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, So yeah, I love it. I love it. I love Black love. Honestly, I can't wait until y'all get married. I am manifesting that for you because I feel like all Black women deserve amazing, deserving husbands. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I'm tired of this rhetoric that people keep pushing around like, what if we don't want to get married? Being with a nigga for 11 years, you don't want to get married? Being with a nigga for 5? I'm sorry, I was getting mad because I'm talking about other bitches, and I'm not talking about you, Hallie. I'm not. I'm just talking about bitches that act like they don't want to get married because a nigga don't want to marry them. Right. So, with that being said.
But there are some women who actually do not want to get married. Usually women who've been married before usually don't want to do it.
Okay, that's a different story though. We have a lot of women that are having children with men that are fiancés for 80 years. We have women that are creating families. I'm not going to create a family with someone that I don't even want to marry. And I feel like that's something I'm going to stand 10 toes down on them for my entire fucking life. I'm not giving you a child if I'm not your fucking wife.
Okay.
That's just it.
We said it here on the Real Sip and Spill.
Okay, period, first. And if you ever baby mama me, I'm leaving you with the baby. So sometimes, ladies, we think that we're losing our men to another woman, but sometimes it's to another man. So there was a podcast interview where Gilbert Arenas, it was sitting talking about how he watched a Saucy Santana twerking video. And
have you seen Saucy twerk?
I have not.
Saucy can twerk.
Can he?
Yeah, he got a little.
The thing is, I'm not even surprised. I mean, if you're always with the city girls, if you're always out with the it girls, if you always, I would assume that you know, because when we be at our fucking gatherings, all we do is sit around and twerk.
All we do is sit around and
So you gon' learn something. So I'm not even mad at you knowing how to do that shit. But I'm just let's get into the more pressing matters.
Let's get into
it. It's this man.
Say it, sister.
It's this man comparing Saucy Santana to Meg the Stallion.
Meg the motherfucking Stallion.
Meg the motherfucking hottie coach Stallion.
Megan the head coach Stallion.
Yes, and people that appreciate her, who are Houston hotties in our own right, we gon' go behind it because I don't got a problem with you liking niggas shaking their ass. But you comparing them to bitches is a problem. Like, why we gotta pit them against each other? Because it's not even in the same in no shape, way, or form.
Right.
And when you want to follow it up with like, you know what? I'm gonna throw a little something. Just don't look back at me. Nigga, you're gay.
Okay.
Just say what you want and pay for what you're getting.
You think that's his way of confessing he wants to fuck a man?
I really feel like it's his way, because even in the comments, they were like, there's always some truth to some jokes. I'm not about to joke about fucking on somebody or like letting somebody twerk on me if I'm not gonna let it do it.
You know what? I could have gave him some leeway because I feel like I like that a man was confident enough to like see a man shaking ass. I didn't immediately want to throw up, you know, and be disgusted.
Take that confidence back, babe. Take that confidence back and cut it out.
Confidence enough as a straight man to say that. What I don't like is when he compared it to Meg Thee Stallion, and then he took it a step further, talking about if he won't look at him and he'll pay him, he might.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the problem was.
That was where
I feel like if you want to take it left, take it left. But my issue is if you like it, you like it. I ain't got a problem with it.
Right.
But like I said, adding women into men's business because I don't got a fucking problem with Saucy fucking throwing ass on the internet.
I love when Saucy throws ass.
I love it when anybody throwing ass. So at this point, Gilbert, you could probably throw some ass and I might like it.
Gilbert wants to see Saucy throw some ass in private.
He wants what women want. He wants what a woman would do, but a man to do it for him.
He do, because the first thing you talk about is I never seen this a beard and an ass like that. What the beard and the ass
gotta do with him? Second.
Sir,
please. And the thing is, we are in 2024. If you're bi, own it. If you are gay, own it. If you are straight, own it. But in all sense of the words, you are leaning very much towards the G in gay. And that's okay. Just leave women out of it.
Leave women the fuck out of it.
Leave women the fuck out of it.
You gotta bring Meg Thee Stallion. Well, actually, for 2024, let's leave Meg Thee Stallion the fuck alone.
Let's leave women out of men's business when y'all trying to compare them to anything. Because for too long, they were trying to compare Meg to a man because of how tall she was, how like her stature. That's why another reason why I'm getting mad. I feel like I want to go behind this bitch like she my cousin. So
Meg is my cousin, actually.
Is she?
Yeah.
No, she not.
She's my cousin.
Is she?
Girl, yeah.
Does she know she your cousin?
Meg and me and her, we know we cousins.
And she ain't never came on the show?
No. Meg, come on the show.
The support's crazy.
Yeah.
The support's crazy. It be your own people.
Be your own motherfucking people.
So yeah, like we said what we said. 2024, do what you want to do. Just leave Meg Thee Stallion out of it. How about that? We're going to say that.
Leave Meg Thee Stallion
Leave Meg Thee Stallion out of it.
Question, girl.
Answer, girl.
What is your favorite Kelly Rowland song?
I like, baby, I'ma be your motivation. Or I like that, you like ice. Because the thing is, Kelly Rowland is that girl.
Yes.
Like, I feel like everybody talk about Beyonce, and then we talk about Kelly. We forget that Michelle was there until we realize that Michelle fell off that fucking stage, and now we got to act like Michelle's still there. But you know, and what was it? When Jesus says yes, nobody can say.
Was that Michelle's song?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how we remember her.
Yeah.
That's what makes us remember her.
Okay.
But I'm like, we forget that there was 2 it girls in Destiny's Child.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2. Our favorite bitches. And I love Kelly Rowland, so we can get into what we're talking about because I was getting really excited.
So pretty recently, Kelly Rowland was supposed to go on Today, a TV show, and she actually ended up leaving early because she saw her dressing room and it wasn't up to her liking, and she ended up going to another TV show where she was, you know, celebrated and got something that was appropriate for her. And the dressing room that she wanted was given to J-Lo. And a lot of people were saying, well, she should be happy for what she got. She's no J-Lo. She's not Beyonce. Who does she think she is? She should be grateful that they even wanted her on the Today Show. And I am so fucking sick and tired of y'all telling Black women that we should be grateful for whatever crumbs we are given because at least we made it there. No, the fuck we shouldn't be grateful for whatever crumbs we're given. We are always told that because we are Black women, the fact that we are even in the spaces is good enough for us. So even if we get treated badly in the spaces, even if we get underpaid in the spaces, even if we get not recognized in spaces, we should just be happy that we are in the spaces. And I'm sick of it. I feel like it's just a repeat cycle of, even with the whole, for example, the Beyonce documentary when she wanted a certain camera and they kept gaslighting her. They're
like, what do you know about cameras?
They kept telling her that, there's no better camera. She's like, are you sure?
Yeah, and she found it.
And she found it. And then she was like, even me, Beyonce. Motherfucking Beyonce still have to fight in spaces that she in. So I want to say shout out for Kelly to stand up for herself and advocating for herself and letting us know and letting the people know, like, no, I do deserve the world. I do deserve this. And you can't tell me otherwise. And guess what? She got it somewhere else.
We have to also remember, you show people how to treat you.
Period.
So if you allow someone to give you the breadcrumbs, if you allow someone to tell you what your worth is, that's only what you're going to receive. So for any celebrity to feel like they are at the certain status that they are, you have to have a certain level, like we said, of delusion. You have to feel like, even if we don't resonate with that, because for me personally, I don't think that J-Lo is bigger than fucking Kelly Rowland, in my opinion.
Right.
So for me, she's not I wouldn't get that bitch out of that fucking shit. Get her out. But I'm just saying, because Kelly knew she was worth more than that, I'm glad that she stood and said that she's more than that. And I want Black women to keep doing that shit for themselves. Keep opening them doors, keep breaking down that shit, and keep being that person people fucking talking about. Because I'd rather you talk about me than talk about me. You see that? You talk about me than talk about me.
Okay.
You see what I said? You got it?
No.
You didn't get it?
I didn't.
That's crazy.
I know. It went over my head.
Because, like, I would rather someone talk about me than talk about me. So, like, they're talking about you in a sense of, like, they're talking about you, like, not talking down to you, but they're talking about you like, damn. What the It's okay.
So talk about me, then talk about me. Yes.
Girl, fuck you. You know what? Samantha is in her own world, and I'm going to let her live in her little delusion. Because I feel like that made sense. And if I did drop a mic, y'all, drop some mics when we make this video.
I
drop some
believe
mics.
you. You know I'm a full support. If you said it happened, it happened. I believe you, girl. But
so that gets us to our topic of conversation, taking up space.
Yes.
So get into the quote that's like gonna jumpstart all the fucking amazing
So
shit.
this quote resonated with me because I heard it and I was like, yes. To be a Black woman in the world is to be highly visible and invisible at the very same time. And I was like, yes, because when the Missina says, when you're a Black person, you're never alone.
You're never really alone.
There's always a white person
in your business.
So it's like we're at the same time we're highly visible because of our Blackness, but at the same time we're so invisible. And it just really just touched and resonated with me very deeply.
Yeah.
So what does taking up space mean to you?
So taking up space to me means that you're advocating for yourself unapologetically, which we just saw Kelly Rowland do. And so many times Black women, we are feeling the need to be quiet to make other people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're gonna get into that later, but I just feel like this happens over and over again where when someone is speaking up, they are an aggressive Black woman or they're this and they're that. And they're not just a person. Why does anything what I look like have to do with how I should be treated? And I know we said that about Risa Tisa, and I feel like it's in a different context, but it's like, as a Black woman, I still feel the same way too. Why does how I look reflect of how I should be treated?
Well, let's be very clear. We never said Risa Tisa deserved to be treated bad.
We didn't say she deserved to be treated that way.
Yeah.
I mean, we clarified it there, but I'm saying, I said we're still like beating the dead horse when we're saying that what I look like does not mean I should be treated this way.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
And how does it feel for you?
I think taking up space to me is being unapologetically yourself in whatever room you're in and just not shrinking yourself because of the space of the of the people you're around, because sometimes this might be a silly example, but I know when I'm in like white spaces, I don't want to dance the way I usually dance. I don't feel comfortable shaking my ass.
Oh, I do.
The way I don't, because I've noticed that whenever I start shaking my ass in mostly white spaces, all the white people start looking at me, and all the white girls want to start joining in. They're like, "Oh my God, I want to shake my."
It's a celebration of you.
I don't like it.
Change the way you think about it. It's celebrating you.
I don't like it because I don't want that attention on me. Because
but when you're in a Black spot, you're okay with that attention?
I'm okay.
Make it make sense.
It's not the same though. You don't. When it's a Black spot and you're shaking your ass, who's going? Your girls, right?
Yeah.
You don't see another random Black girl from the section across the street jumping over like.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do though.
Sometimes they do. I guess that's just because they're white. I guess that's what it is.
I'm gonna say it's your interpretation of what's going on.
That's what it is. It's because there was white, and I just don't like when they give me attention like that. I don't know, because when a Black girl does it, I feel good about it. When a white girl does it, I'm like, why are you touching me? So maybe that's my prejudice showing.
It is. It's definitely showing.
Damn.
It's
so that
giving.
was a terrible example.
Very, very.
But no, taking up space in whatever room in, doesn't matter who you're around, is what it means to me.
Okay.
When was the last time you took up space?
I feel that the last time I'm taking up space is in the workspace. I say that a lot now because I think, once again, if y'all have followed us for a minute, y'all know that how me and Sammy started. We started when we were at Bar Louie. And we worked together, and we had a situation where it was me, Sammy, and another person, Andy. I'm never going to forget your name.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's been so many years. You said, whenever you talked about the last time, you said, I'm going to hold this grudge for the rest of
I'm going to hold this grudge because I'm a Scorpio, y'all. I'm going to hold this grudge.
You're going to remember this for the rest of the time. You said, Andy.
Because I take up space in the workspace now because of that situation. This is what happened. And I'm going to tell y'all every fucking season I get the opportunity to, because bitch, I'm coming for you. I'm going to find you. I don't know how, but I'm gonna find you.
Let that white girl go.
I'm not gonna let it go. And I feel like I'm not letting it go because she gotta pay for it. She gotta feel it.
Pay her what you owe her.
Okay, so long story short, I got fired from a job that I was told that I was being aggressive when I wasn't the one being aggressive. It was her.
I was not being aggressive.
She wasn't. So I often take and we're gonna talk about this later, I often take the more passive aggressive route when it comes to spaces like that, like you said, because I know what is perceived as because of what I look like. So when I say I take up space now in my workspace, I own who I am and I appreciate who I am and I celebrate who I am. When I'm in places where people don't look like me, oftentimes I don't take up space. I try to be as small as I need to be, but enough to where I do enough where I'm like, oh, she does her job, but not enough where it's like, oh, she's unnoticeable. Like, nothing special about her. But when it comes to a situation where someone feels threatened, I'm noticeable. I'm extremely noticeable. You know why? Because I'm a dark-skinned Black woman. That's why I'm noticeable. It has no other reason because of my work ethic. It has nothing to do about anything else. And a paper trail is only set when someone else is setting it for you. And that wasn't even the case for me. It literally happened so fucking fast of me being like hired and fired that it was just like the only situation that I can pinpoint that made it so obvious that that's what it was that day. Yeah. You know? Because I've literally done the same thing day in, day out. But that one day is the only day where it was like.
Okay, why do you think you were like more to blame than I was? Even though I was the one that said something.
The reason why I'm more to blame is I got fired, baby. And you were the one that.
No, I'm saying, why do you think I'm not talking about the aftermath. I'm talking about the reasoning behind the more to blame.
But it's easier to blame me because I look like I would be the one that would be the more aggressive one.
But they knew I said something to her.
Exactly. I said nothing to her.
Right. So why do you think you were the more to blame when they knew I said something to her?
Maybe because you started there first. You probably had, and respectfully, you had way more relationships with everyone that worked there. I only really had a relationship with you and probably Chewy.
Oh my God, I forgot that person.
Chewy and his brother. I only had relationships with the Black people at the job. I did not care about anybody else that was there. I didn't talk to any of the white people. I didn't care about the white people. Like, when the regulars that came in that were white, I only talked to the ones that spent money. Like, so I'm like, because if you wasn't giving me no money, I was over there with, what's that Hispanic nigga that was always trying to make the fucking drinks? That's what I was trying to do when I was there.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. So I never facilitated relationships with them except unless you were Black. So it's easier to be like, well, she don't like white people anyways.
Okay.
I feel like that's an easy cop out because I wasn't making relationships with white people.
Okay.
On purpose. Why would I? But yeah. When was the last time you feel like you had to take up space somewhere?
I think I'm taking up space right now when I do this podcast. I think.
No, yeah. I'm just made that face just be funny. I had to play off your face.
Yeah, I think I am because I think because of my view of things and my opinions is not the very popular one. I say what I want to say and I say how I want to say it and I say it so raw and it's so authentically me. And a lot of times we do get backlash because of me, because of what I do and say.
We get a lot of backlash because of you.
Yeah, because I'm so like raw and to the point of it. So I feel like me doing how I'm speaking now and doing what I'm doing is taking a space because no one wants to hear from a Black girl who looks like me or who thinks like me. And it's like, we have people who are like, I love your podcast. I understand. Blah, blah, blah. You make me want to be, do better because we speak for the bitches and we advocate for the bitches. And it's like, it's not popular. It's not something that people want to hear. My opinion is not what a lot of people would agree with. And I feel like me speaking it, regardless of knowing how much backlash I am getting or will get from what I think, is taking up space.
Yeah, no, it is. And we appreciate you for that.
I do it for the bitches.
Not us doing Black power for the bitches. We gotta find something different. Like maybe like
what's for the bitches? Okay. For the bitches.
For the bitches. So why do you feel like it's important for us to take up spaces?
I think it's important for us to take up spaces because for the younger Black girls who are doing it, who are going to do it after us. You know what I'm saying? I'm so grateful for people like Tyra Banks. I'm so grateful.
I'm never grateful for Tyra Banks. That bitch was a villain.
Okay. Well.
Was she not?
I'm not saying she's not a villain, but I'm saying what Tyra did for Black girls. Tyra had, I'm so grateful for bitches like Brandy. Tyra had a whole Barbie movie. Brandy was a Black Cinderella.
Halle.
Holly is doing it for the younger generation as a Black mermaid. So I'm
Okay, so
grateful-
when I think of Brandy, when I think of Halle, I do not put Tyra Banks in that.
Well, but Tyra Banks did a lot of stuff for Black women.
Yeah, okay.
Like she was the first Black woman on Sports Illustrated. Like she did a lot of things. That's a lot of firsts. Naomi Campbell, Whitney Houston. Who else? There's even Meg Thee Stallion. She's doing it for the younger generation. Beyonce. That's why it's so important because of these women advocating for themselves makes it easier for us to advocate them. Just advocate for ourselves. Just how Cardi B made it easier for women who you don't think should be a rapper. Be rappers, Cardi B advocated for herself. She talked her shit. She was like, oh yeah, I'm a stripper, I'm a hub, blah, 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 but I'm still gonna talk my shit and be a rapper. Makes it easy for all these other women. Nicki Minaj opened the door for more women. Like all these women advocating for themselves and taking up space and saying, Queen Latifah, that's another big one. Taking up space and saying, yes, I'm this bitch, and yes, I'm going to be me, and yes, I'm gonna talk my shit, and you're gonna listen to it. Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna say it. Because of them, makes it for people like me.
Yeah.
Because of one of my heroes, Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales actually inspired me to start a podcast because she was so authentically herself. Even though her opinion was never popular or liked, she talked her shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why it's important.
I say the same thing, so I don't even want to beat the dead horse, but I just say representation does matter because I feel like seeing yourself in someone else, because I remember when we were talking about Sexy Red one time, and I was like, I'm like, I don't get why she's popular, even though I know she's popular to me. Mm-hmm. It's so contradictory in me. But I'm like, I don't understand why she's so popular. And you're like, there's a demographic of women that look at her and like they're like, I can be that. And I'm like, bitches from the hood trying to get out the hood because they look, it's giving very much they want to be in the hood, but you're like, no, So I understand representation in every facet does matter. Regardless of what space it looks like to other people.
Period. Yeah.
So, advocating for others. Let's talk about that.
So, as Black women, I feel like we do find ourselves shrinking ourselves a lot. Especially me. I find myself doing it in white spaces. I just don't feel comfortable to be my true authentic self. Even at the new job I started now at Woodrow's, I just don't feel comfortable just, being my bubbly, full, Sammy self, because I know,
Sammy, you think you're bubbly?
Yeah, I think I'm bubbly.
Do you really?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Other people's opinions of you is not facts, just to let you know.
Y'all, I've known Sammy for 4 years. Bubbly is not an adjective I would use.
I am bubbly. Just because you don't think I'm bubbly don't mean I'm not bubbly. That's your opinion of me. Doesn't make it true.
Bitch, because you think you're bubbly, you think it's true?
No, it's because other people told me I'm bubbly.
Okay.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, so I find as a Black woman, we definitely unconsciously shrink ourselves. I found myself doing a lot in white spaces. I don't feel comfortable being my full authentic self just because I always have this little fear of being perceived as too much and, too sassy and too too much attitude. Even for the simplest thing, if me folding my arms at work is perceived as me being uninviting or me not wanting to talk to anyone. And even when I'm walking and being myself, they're like, are you mad? Why are you mad? Why do you look mad? And I'm literally just existing. I'm literally just walking. I'm literally just not doing anything besides la 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 la. Literally half the time I'm just thinking about my next venture in life or how I'm about to make some money or which nigga I'm about to scam. So it's literally never about work. But because my face is not as smiley or enough smiley for them, or I don't look happy enough for them, it's perceived as negative. So it's just when that is in the back of my mind, I try to just not be seen, just try to never just be too out in the open because I feel like everything I do is always scrutinized.
Yeah. I can also relate because earlier when Samantha and I were on the phone, we had reoccurrence. And like she said earlier, when I get told something that's negative that I don't resonate with myself, it sticks with me a lot more than things that are positive. And that's actually something I need to work on actively. But it's there's been multiple times where I've been in spaces with people that look like me. People that I feel would receive me right, not receiving me and saying I'm too assertive or not even saying I'm assertive. They say I'm aggressive. That's the word that they always use when it comes to me. I never get assertive. I never get someone that's self-assured or confident. I always get someone that's aggressive. There was a time, I'm not going to name names because it's people that Samantha knows, but she took me somewhere with people and the girl's boyfriend called me aggressive over something I said. I don't even know what I said. And maybe it was aggressive, maybe it wasn't. But I feel like if it came from someone else, it probably wouldn't have been taken the same way. And then I remember,
if it came from anyone who was darker than a paper bag, it would have been taken as
but
aggressive.
okay, also rewind. I'm also thinking now it's like subconsciously now I'm thinking when that one year when we went to your birthday and we were like complaining, we were like talking about water and they were like, oh, they're just being loud. And when it was me and Hannah, we were talking about water. So it's like, I just think about so many times when I'm in spaces with people that are your friends where I feel like, and I just thought about it, I'm like, why was I seen as a problem when they weren't doing their fucking job? They clearly weren't. But we were just joking about it and we were doing it in a laughing way. We weren't being like rude. But when Samantha told me, she's like, oh yeah, everyone was like, you were being rude. And I'm like, damn, was I? And I hate when I have to think about if I was being rude when I was just joking around or being funny, because my natural go-to isn't to be rude. If it is, it's never malicious, or it's actually, if I'm trying to be rude, trust me, I make it very self-assured that this is what I'm going for. Like, I'm trying to be malicious. Mm-hmm. So when I'm in situations where I'm misunderstood, I feel like it's so crazy to me that I'm like, damn, do I have to think about how I say this, how I'm perceived? Do I have to say this to only just this person? Do I have to, and a lot of times when I feel like when I'm with people that do look like me, I do that more. I do it with, I feel like people that look like me and people that are actually with white people, I don't even feel like I have to put a mask on. Because white people, I don't give a fuck how they view me. I care more how black people view me than white people do. And that's why when I said when I was at Bar Louie, I don't give a fuck about making friends with y'all. Mm. But it's like, imagine working with people that are black and not being friends with them. You look like an Uncle Tom. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, now that it's like when you're like unloading things that are in your brain, you're like, damn, I care more about what black people think. And I was on the phone with her and I was like, Ami, why does this bother you? Why does it bother you this, that they called you aggressive? They called you this. And I'm like, because I care. No, you don't. Yes, you do. You care. That's why it bothers you. And I'm just like, because it bothers me, I feel like I have to keep pressing against what people think, because if I always keep thinking that someone thinks I'm too much because it's not what they're used to, I'm never going to allow myself to see what's on the other side of what they possibly might find out about me, because I'm too scared of revealing too much. Mm-hmm. So I think we should all unlearn what we feel like is how we're supposed to act, and just, fucking go feral, go crazy.
Go crazy. But also be aware there have decorum. Sometimes
you think I don't have decorum?
No, nothing about you, babe. Nothing about you. But I'm just talking to the niggas who go too far to the left. we said go feral, babe. Sometimes don't go too feral.
No, that's true. That's true.
Just know the environment that you're in and act accordingly. Let's make that very clear.
Act accordingly.
Act accordingly, please.
We'll take that. And whatever shape, way, or form, act accordingly. Because at the end of the day, you are the representation of everybody that look like you. Unfortunately,
as people of color,
we are.
We're never seen as individuals.
And the thing is, we always try to go back and forth on our episodes, say, oh, we don't represent all the black people. But no matter what, if someone sees a black person that they're like, oh, okay, I find something slightly relatable, that's who relates to us.
Yeah.
So
just like that black lady told me I was embarrassing us because I had a bonnet in public.
You are embarrassing us because you're wearing a bonnet.
Well, a bitch gonna wear a bonnet in public. I don't care how y'all feel about it, because sometimes my hair is in rollers. Sometimes I just don't feel like doing my hair. And sometimes,
you know what's so funny? Because I didn't want to go out in a bonnet, I went out with my fucking rollers on without a bonnet on.
And we
did the same thing, but you just put a bonnet over it.
I put a bonnet over it because
I didn't. I said you go.
For some reason, rollers are more respectable than a bonnet, though.
But it is, because you see how many white fucking content creators go out
in rollers,
and there's no fucking problem.
No problem with it.
And why me subconsciously when I said I don't care about white people look, and I'm doing the shit that they do.
We do, because y'all let them little bitches in the ferry. And little bitches in the ferry will walk around with a bonnet. But when we walk around a bonnet, it's
they weren't wearing a bonnet.
They wore a bonnet the whole show.
Sammy, go to
But it's a problem when I do it.
So let's get into a TikTok video that we saw, and it was pretty much a woman that was expressing that whenever a black woman expresses any amount of emotion is a problem, but when she doesn't express emotion, it's a problem.
Yeah,
it's like there's nothing that black women can do right.
Damned if you don't.
And that's the issue when we say taking up space. It's like there's so much that we want to do, but when we do too much, it's a problem.
Yeah.
When we don't do too much, it's a problem.
Yeah.
If we stay silent, it's a problem. And it's like, what is the fair medium of what it looks like for when black women can freely express themselves in a space where they're safe? they're loved, they're celebrated, and they feel that they can add value to the situation. What does that look like?
I feel like, unfortunately, there's really no space for Black women to feel safe and celebrated. Unfortunately, we don't feel safe.
So it's one or the other.
Yeah, we don't feel safe and celebrated in our own community.
Yeah, I just said that.
We don't feel safe and celebrated in other people's community. We don't even sometimes feel safe and celebrated in Black women community, because like we said, sometimes your biggest hater is an older Black woman. So there's no space as a Black woman that we can feel both things. And unfortunately, we have to navigate that. We have to navigate, like we said, being the most copied, but yet being the most hated at the same time. You know how crazy it is to see people who act like you, but also hate you? Like, that's so crazy to me to see you copy me.
That's a bar,
but you
bitch.
don't like me. So we have this unique experience as Black women. And you know what? I love it. I'll never take it away from myself.
Yeah.
I love being a Black woman because I know I am that bitch, but just because I am a Black woman. And at the same time, because I'm a Black woman and I am that bitch, other people feel threatened by it. And they're like, want to take away of my uniqueness and my Blackness and whatever the case may be. And I just want us to know, as Black women in this world, that just be yourself. Whatever you think Blackness is and being a Black woman is, that's what it is for you. And you should celebrate yourself just in that position. And fuck what everyone says, because I feel like a lot of times people like to put us in certain boxes and say this is how we should act and this is what we should do and this is how we should operate. And it's just a lot of people telling us what the fuck we should do and not enough of us telling what the fuck we should do ourselves. I want to just say shout out to the bitches who are taking a space in fields that is not like feminine. Shout out to the bitches who are in scientific roles. Shout out to the bitches who are in STEM. Shout out to the bitches who are doctors. I'm sorry I'm calling y'all bitches. Let me call y'all women. Shout out to the
bitches
ladies.
Is women and women and bitches.
I know. I'm just a person who says bitches, but you know, some people might be like, I'm not a bitch and not receive it because I'm saying bitch. And I want every woman to receive this message. Shout out to every woman who are taking a space in a role that is not seen like you're supposed to be in it because you're a woman. You might be in finance or in some kind of science role or whatever it is, and you just feel like it's a boy club. Shout out to y'all and keep taking up space, because I love that women are in different fields, especially Black women.
So speaking of taking up spaces, these are ways that you can facilitate, create, take up space within your life. One is by being assertive. I said that earlier. Being able to stand in what you say, being confident and live in it. That is one way that you can be able to make sure that you are creating space for yourself.
Advocate for yourself, for real. Speaking up when needed, honestly.
Yeah.
Advocating for yourself. Speak up even if it's not the popular thing to do. Say what you said and say it with your chest.
Another way that I feel like you can do that is don't spend time in spaces that are not celebrated. You're not celebrated. So many times, like we say, you're trying to fit into this box that everyone is trying to put you in. And if you don't fit there, don't put yourself there. No one's going to kill you. Like, it's only going to hinder you being in a space that does not, it doesn't help your growth. I think I said that wrong, but y'all know what I mean.
Okay, and next is practice body positivity. I think I saw this study. I don't know how accurate it is, but Black women are leading in BBLs. And I'm not saying a BBL means you don't don't feel confident in yourself, but there is a relation with BBLs and low self-confidence. I know a lot of women who do it because they're trying to gain some male attention or whatever. So as Black women, just practice body positivity. This goes for me, myself too.
And lastly, I feel like you need to find like-minded people. It is so easy to follow the tribe when the tribe is not yours. But when you are curating something that is better for you, it is so much easier to feel like the spaces you're in, you are facilitating, because everyone that's there knows, appreciates, loves, and thinks like you.
And this goes to me. This is something I need to learn to do. Unlearning limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
We always feel like we can't do something. We just don't have the I don't know if it's we don't have the freedom to do it, but it's like a lot of times white women, they believe in themselves to do.
We don't have the confidence.
We don't have the confidence. But a lot of times women from other races, they take that step outside the box because they have the ability to do so. They have the confidence to do so. It's like, it's you can take that step outside the box. Whatever dream that you have that you feel like, oh, I can't have this dream because I gotta do this and that, just fucking do it. Just release yourself from limited beliefs.
So let's get into some motherfucking questions.
Okay.
My question is, how did you gain the confidence to take up space?
Honestly, I feel like it's been a back and forth with me. I've struggled with being who I am, with not doing it to an extent that might was, you know, what's the word for it? Like, I try to balance who I am and be myself, but don't do it too much to the fact that it might be too extra for people. And I think once I started this podcast, I stopped giving a fuck. Actually, I want to say it was Twitter when I stopped giving a fuck about trying to limit how much of myself I can be in public spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it was. It was just online forums that let me talk my shit.
Like Reddit?
Yeah, well, not Reddit, but like Twitter and shit.
That's going to be my next week.
Zanga. I think it was like Zanga.
That's going to be my next week of the week because I hate when people are like, am I the asshole? Yes. If you have to get on the internet and ask if you're an asshole, you
I
are.
hate the am I the asshole thing. And it's like such a big thing on TikTok. Am I the asshole?
No, we're going to
Yes,
get into
you're always the asshole.
We're going to get into that next week because that was on my head heavy.
My question to you is, what hope do you have for the next generation of Black girls?
My hope for the next generation of Black girls is that y'all don't give a fuck. I want y'all to be as Black, as white, as whatever you feel is what the niggadom is. I'm gonna make that. We gonna coin that. Whatever you feel like your niggadom is, I want it to be for you. I don't want us to follow the beat of the drum of whatever was in front of you. Because like they always, like we were talking about earlier, like how Meg walked so we can run. No, I want you to pave it yourself. Because at the end of the fucking day, that's what you find more gratification in. Like, yes, it's great to pay homage to everyone else, but I want the new generation of bitches just to like literally exist. I want that for them. And I feel like it's possible because if we stop putting this goalpost or this like glass ceiling, like you just said, limiting of beliefs, there is so much more that can be accomplished that you don't have to walk in the footsteps of someone else that already did it. So that's how I feel. Mm-hmm. My last question is, as a Black girl, do you find it hard to assert yourself?
No. As a Black girl, it's not hard for me to assert myself, but I feel like as a Black girl, it's hard is the feeling after assertion. You know? We sometimes feel a guilt to it. Sometimes like we question, like, did I assert myself too much?
Yep.
Did I make that person feel uncomfortable?
Yep.
You know, was that too much for them?
Yep.
That's what it is. It's not I can do it, but it's the guilt we feel after doing it that's like, is this person gonna talk to me anymore because I just asserted my dominance the way I wanted to? My question to you is, do you think taking up space gets easier as we get older?
I think taking up space gets way easier when we're older because when they tell you that once you hit 30, you stop giving a fuck about shit, it's true. I think things that used to bother me in my 20s no longer linger or have rent free in my head. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very important that experiences make you shape the way that you feel, but with the same breath, you'd be like, I like how I am.
Right.
I'm okay with how I am.
The patriarchy tries to make you believe when you're in your 30s, your life is over, you hit this wall.
And I feel like
it's whatever.
Your life literally starts in your 30s.
I'm telling you, I am in the best shape of my life right now. I am
Same.
in the most happiest, highest point in my life. Your 30s is like your 20s, but with some more money.
And I feel
literally that's what it is.
And I don't know why we preach that our 20s are like the end of all being. And I feel like once we unlearn that,
want you before your
frontal globe
is so they can keep you as slaves and wash your dishes and fold their laundry.
But thank you for following us on this journey about what it's like to take up space as a Black woman, as any woman. But you know, we here for the bitches. Thank you guys, and please follow us on all social media platforms at The Real Sip and Spill, except Twitter, which is
Sip and Spill 1,
and give us a 5-star rating because we're some 5-star bitches.